Hi, everyone. So, how did the breathing exercise work for you this week? Was it easier now that you knew what to watch out for with the inner critic? Did your breathing get easier? Harsh internal correction causes more tension in our bodies. Close your eyes and imagine someone standing in front of you yelling at you. Did you tense up? I'll bet you started holding in your pelvis, your belly, or your shoulders. I'll bet you held your breath. Harsh judgment is interpreted by our bodies as threat. It makes the body freeze. And when we're frozen, we can't move. When we try to move with freeze, it causes pain somewhere else. For me, it was arthritis in my lower back and later my neck. One of the main principles of the Feldenkrais method is that when one part of the body isn't moving enough, another part has to move too much to compensate. So try this. Interlace your fingers in front of you and hold them together as tightly as you can. And now rotate your hands around. Do you notice how much your elbows move? Now loosen your grip and rotate your hands again. Do you notice how your elbows don't hardly move at all? The place that's moving too much is where the pain and the dysfunction occur, not in the place that's not moving, which is actually where the problem is. If something isn't moving, it's not going to hurt. It's a common complaint to Feldenkrais practitioners that when someone tells us their knee is bothering them, we start working on their feet or their hips. And they say, I told you it was in my knee. Why are you working with my feet? We're looking for the places that are not moving, the frozen places. Sometimes the freeze is coming from a past injury where the body is still protecting it. But sometimes there was no injury, but rather an insult, like harsh correction that has been internalized. So just sit in your chair with a solid seat again, with your feet flat on the floor and your hands on either thigh. Just feel your sitting bones. Notice your breath. Feel your flexible box expanding and contracting in every direction with your breath. And just begin the movement of shifting your weight just a little bit to the right sitting bone and then come back to the middle. And do this many times. Now, if this causes you any pain, do the movement so small that you don't have any pain or discomfort, even if this means you aren't moving at all. Seriously, the brain still gets the same information, but that's another blog post. So now this is important. Listen for that critical voice that might be telling you that you're not doing this right. Breathe and let that voice go. Listen to your body instead. Always stay under pain and discomfort. Rest whenever you need to. Notice if you're holding your breath. It's very common when we do something new. And again, don't judge. Just bring your attention to your breath and continue shifting your weight ever so slightly to the right. Don't go as far as you can go right away. Just let the movement grow organically as the body relaxes into the movement. And notice if you're holding any extra tension in your belly. Your jaw is another favorite place to hold unnecessary tension. And just notice and see if you can let it go with your breath. Do you feel how your shoulders also move to the right? Do you feel how your right knee may be shifting forward a little? And what's your head doing? To counterbalance the weight shift, your head may be tilting a little bit to the left. Is your right shoulder tilting upward and your left shoulder tilting downward? And remember to breathe. And start to notice how your whole body is participating in this simple movement of shifting your weight a little bit to the right. And don't judge, just notice. Now do the movement slower, excruciatingly slow. When we do a movement really, really slowly, we can find those places that are holding unnecessary tension. As you do more of these lessons, you'll become familiar with where you in particular tend to hold tension, and it will get easier as you go along to let it go. And try breathing out as you shift your weight to the right and breathing in as you come back to the middle. And pause and rest whenever you want to. And now do the movements smaller and faster, like jiggling. This lets us let go of unnecessary tension because it doesn't have time to grab. And then when you're ready, just go back to shifting your weight easily to the right and coming back to the middle. And just be in your body and feel the joy of moving without a reason. And now stop and feel yourself in sitting now. How does your right side compare to your left? Do you feel less tension in your whole body? You can do this simple movement lesson on the other side too, and try doing this a few times a week. Keep a lookout for that judgy voice and let it go with your breath. And I'll see you next time.